Hi guys, it's Sophie. So today I'm going to be doing my September TBR. Man, how did that happen? I literally nearly said August. So this TBR didn't take a lot of deciding because it's actually all the books I have left, which is kind of amazing. So the ones I'm going to show you are all the books that I have in my possession at the current time that I have not read. So I'm currently reading 1984 by George Orwell for the first time and I'm absolutely loving it. Just a little bit over halfway through now, probably like 60% of the way there, and I think I'm going to finish this one off tonight. It's been really addicting and I've only been reading it for 2 days, but I just completely love it. I'm really glad I waited until I was a bit older to read this one because I think I appreciate it more, and yeah, I'm glad I didn't make myself read this when I was 12 or 13 when everyone sort of told me to. I'm really enjoying it now. It's just the right time. And the next book I'm currently listening to on audiobook, so I tend to have one book that I just sort of keep normally for when I'm going to bed or walking into work, and that one is On Beauty by Zadie Smith. So I read Northwest by Zadie Smith and I didn't really get on with it, so I thought, do you know what, I don't want to get rid of this one because I'm not quite sure why I didn't like Northwest. So I figured I'd listen to this one instead and see if I get a little bit more into it, maybe if someone is telling me the story rather than me sort of trying to go in. I think it might have been something to do with the language. Kind of enjoying it so far, I'm only that far in, but audiobooks take me forever, so that's not surprising. So this one's still here. Yeah, I'm like 50 pages more than I was last month. Eventually this will be all I have. This will be it. It'll be, do you want to read or do you not want to read? Because this is it. This is the one. And then moving on to books that I have not started or got into in any way, we have Gravity by Tess Gerritsen. This is a sci-fi novel, but I believe it's sort of realistic sci-fi. I've spoken a little bit before about how I try to get into sci-fi and realised that I don't like space opera sci-fi, so I thought this one would be something that might sort of tick my boxes a little bit more. And I've had this one for ages. I've probably had it for 2 or 3 years now, but I didn't want to unhaul it. I want to give it a go. So the next books are books you won't have seen because I never actually hauled them. I put some at the end of my indie bookshop video, I think, but one of them you won't have seen at all, I don't believe, and I didn't want to wait and not put my TBR up because I'm potentially hauling something soon. Yeah, they're here, you haven't seen them before, sorry about that. So the first one is Theo by Ed Taylor, and this sold me for 2 reasons. One was I think the cover's gorgeous. I love the patterning on it. I think it's just lovely, and I kept looking at it in different bookshops and thinking, And then I read the back and it says The Great Gatsby, and basically if anything says The Great Gatsby I want to read it. So yeah, it's about a young boy who I think is sort of 10 or so, living in his father's mansion. His father was a giant rock star. He's sort of disappeared off doing rock star things and has left this boy in this house with his mother, who is not very responsible at all, and all of these odd characters who come in and are living that sort of rock and roll lifestyle around a 10-year-old boy who's trying to come to terms with what it's like to be a kid and what it's like to grow up. We have The Book Thief by Markus Zusak because I haven't read it yet and it's everyone's favourite book apparently. Everyone seemed to love this book. A lot of people in my giveaway video commented that this was their favourite book of all time, and do you know what, when I was at school it was a lot of people's favourite book too. I know a lot of people did book projects on this one in particular, and I've just never read it, I've never owned it, I've never borrowed it from anyone, I've never tried to read it, and I thought now that I have so few books in my possession I can pick things up like this and give them a shot. And so the very last one I have is Best of Both by Ali Smith. So this was one I hauled when I went to Bath, and it's about sort of 2 women, sort of parallel lives, and it's told one story and then the other one. So one's a historical setting and one is a more modern setting. One is set in the 1460s and one is set in the 1960s, I believe. Quite interested to pick this one up. I know that a lot of people have really liked it, and I think this may well be my next read after 1984. So as the more astute viewers may have noticed, that's actually only 7 books, and I tend to read a fair few more than 7 books in a month. I am going to be doing a haul soon, or I'm picking up a few more books, but I do kind of want to just do all of them before I'm allowed to read the hauled books, which might be quite difficult for me because I'm really excited for some of the hauled ones, but that would mean I'd achieve 0 by 16. And that'd be a cool thing, and September was when I aimed for. So that's my hope for the month. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you ever so soon in my next one. Cheers, bye bye.